everybody, Kathy here at Northstar Prepsteader, and this is the 2020 Maple Lake Ice Fishing Derby. Back out on the lake, Maple Lake, Minnesota. Not quite as many people as last year. First of all, the ice isn't as thick, so can't really drive out here except for authorized vehicles. But anyway, I'm going to show you a little picture of what's going on. So let's go check out some things here. All right, it's a beautiful day. It's actually about 34 degrees. The ice surface is kind of slushy a little bit, and so it's really great. It's not slippery anyway. Here's the big white tent. I have a Bloody Mary bar going on right now. And the sponsor is Taco John's and Shields.
Okay, so now what are the names of your guys here that
I'm gonna go check out the speakers
here at the judges table?
First of all, if you by chance are injured out here today, we do have some first aid.
He's the sponsor. He's the sponsor.
Okay, get together a little bit closer.
We have about 40 fish that have been
About 40.
registered.
About 40.
I thought he had a Facebook radio, not TV. The bigger ones hanging on the board are northerns that are over 3 pounds. And the one walleye at 2 pounds, 8 ounces.
Okay. So what is it like to judge these?
Oh, it's fun to see everybody come in. I mean, obviously anyone that catches one, they're excited, they're happy, they have a chance of winning a great prize, so it's just enjoyable to watch everybody come in.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nope, you keep that, and you keep the fish.
If I have multiple of them, how do I know which one to each?
We have the ticket number on here.
Okay, so if I use the same one, you'll know.
Yep, set the going place. So, you don't want to keep it? There's a hole back there.
Go back here,
Put
you
it
can
in.
release it.
You got a white slip?
Time I've gone into the water about this time of year.
We got 1.9.
You know, thank you for supporting that program.
1.6.
But is this the first time you've really ever been immersed in cold water?
Whoa!
Whoa! So there are a number of sponsors. We have T-Mobile, Thomas Insurance, there's a gun raffle,
Dylan Dahlbeck.
there's Shields. Here's a rather fancy soft-sided fish house, and it's actually a hexagon. It's called the Eskimo. It's got little windows. Let's go inside and look. So you can see they have holes dug here and fish poles ready. So all you have to do is bring your chair in and sit, and are ready to go for fishing. So this year, because of the thickness of the ice, most of the way they can get around is on four-wheelers. And there's a nifty little trolley car that is going around the ice to help people get back and forth. This is a fairly big lake.
And what are you doing out here today? Let us know what, if you're having a good time, and what you're doing out here on the lake.
I'm giving out prizes and I'm having a good time.
In this big white tent, they have an ice bar. They also have a band and a dance in here after the contest is finished. Let's go in and take a look. A long line for some burgers being grilled outside. Yes, outside on the ice.
Oh yeah.
Burgers on the lake in Minnesota. want to show you how they anchor this tent. First they drill a hole in the ice, which is probably 17 or 18 inches thick. And then they put an anchor down into the water because we're only maybe 25-30 feet from shore, so it's not very deep here. It's maybe 3 or 4 feet deep. So they put an anchor down there tied to this rope, and that creates, and now it's freezing up. You can see it's freezing over. It's a very strong way to secure this tent. So this year attendance is down.
And Tom Budick.
Part of it is because the fish aren't biting as well either. And I think it has to do with our warmer winter.
Okay.
It is quite
good here. Thanks
it is quite mild out here.
On the stage in the winter circle.
I'm actually very, very warm right now.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Anyway, we have a good group of people here. Everybody's enjoying themselves and just kind of going with the flow, rolling with it. So yeah, we haven't had the cold that we've needed to create really good ice. And you know, I think a lot of people normally come from hours away, if not from another state even, to join in this derby and the fishing contest. But this year is just a little bit different. Well, we can't bring your vehicles out on the ice, we can't have you know, a good solid fish house or something, then they're like, I'm not gonna go. But last year was like record breaking. This year is down. So, but anyway, lots of fun. Whoever's here has a great time. Right now they're calling out raffle winners. There's a lot of things to win, a lot of things to do. They had a polar plunge earlier, which means they cut chunks out of the ice, and people, they dress up as characters and they jump in the ice water. And I don't know how they decide the winners for that, but it's usually groups of people. I think you have to be a group of 4 or 5 or more, and you jump in together, and it's a great thing. All the money ends up going to the Lake Association here to help keep the lake clean and to help out with combating milfoil and different things like that. Also grilling a whole bunch of pork chops outside here.
Watch the master here. He applies that as well.
Seasoning those up. How many can this hold at one time?
75.
75 pork chops. Wow. How many do you usually sell in a day?
600.
About 600 chops. Wow, that's great. I bet you in the South never thought there would be this use for a side-by-side. And yes, we are on the ice. This is the lake. So for all of you in the South who are like, how can you be out on the lake? How can a lake freeze? Well, you know, our temperatures get pretty cold up here, especially when it's below 0 Fahrenheit. But anytime it gets below freezing for any length of time, the water in the lakes gets that cold too. And just like what happens in ice cubes when you put them in your freezer, you know, those temperatures are close to 0 Fahrenheit in your freezer. And so it turns into ice cubes. Same things happen here. If the temperatures stay low enough, the ice will begin to freeze. And it's like a great big floating ice cube on top of the lake. And it can get anywhere from, for a winter, anywhere from 15 inches to 4 feet deep, depending on how cold the winter is.
The lake and take you up to the public access where you can catch the bus to head back to your car.
Friday, they feature their fish fry.
Here's lots of gear for the ice. We have augers. Now if you remember on my live we were talking about ice and ice augers, and here you go. This is what one looks like. Now there are 4 on this rack, but they've got this big screw on the bottom, so you hold on to the side here and it just drills right through the ice. They actually have an ice auger drilling contest here, so it's whoever can drill a hole the fastest wins, and I'm not sure what they win, but anyway, just tell me what these are for, you know, for the people, because I have a lot of people watching from the South.
Okay.
Like Florida.
Got it. Sounds good.
Okay.
So what we have here are electronics that we use to see the fish underneath us as we are actually fishing. Here it kind of simulates your jig going up and down and a fish coming up from the bottom in hopes to actually eat the bait. 3 different screen options, which is nice. You got a round dial flasher, a vertical, and then a chart history here just to show the past on what's happened, just to show a little bit of history as far as for how the fish have been moving around in the water column. Over here, what we have, which is kind of cool and fun, is we actually have underwater cameras that go underneath the water so you can see fish down below, see what kind of fish you're seeing. A lot of guys use it to see what kind of structure they're around as well.
It looks like a little ray.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a little, and that's actually what they call it. They call it the manta ray, is the camera that they have on there. So yeah, so when it's down underwater, you can see where the fish are and all of that. So that's kind of the main gist of it. And then it's just these ones in the box here.
Okay. So you have them here just as display, or do you, are you actually selling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just displaying them here. And then a couple free stickers that we're giving away too as well.
Okay, awesome. So if nobody else has seen one of these
so this is just a measuring stick that we have. Real nice. A lot of people slap them on the side of their fish house or in the boat, anything like that. What's cool with it too is it gives you a rough idea of, you know, how much your fish is going to weigh roughly if you don't have a scale with you. So, and on the crappie side, if you catch an 11-incher, roughly it's going to be 3/4 to 0.8 pounds. Walleye, same thing. You get up to 25-incher, it's around 6 pounds. Pike as well, you can see there. It gives you the estimated weight for it. So if you don't have a scale, you got somewhat of a rough idea on how big the fish was.
That is very cool. And what is your name again?
Tracy.
Tracy. These augers are electric. They're not gas. So Tracy here was just filling me in on that.
So, cool part with this, all battery operated. 40-volt battery.
Sweet.
Click it right in.
Okay.
And you're going. On-off switch on the side with the safety lever. Forward. Cool part too, we got built-in lights on the bottom, so if you're drilling in low light, first light, you can see exactly what you're doing.
Very nice.
Also has built-in reverse. A lot of people now have their bigger permanent shacks, and it's just a nice way to flush that slush actually back down the hole, and it disperses it out. So we got a switch, we can put it right in reverse and run it backwards as well. Big misconception on electrics is a lot of people don't think that the battery's going to last long enough. With this one, we're getting 100 holes through 18 inches of ice. So with the 8-inch, and a lot of people think they might drill more holes than that, but they really don't. That's a lot of holes.
These other augers are made of steel blades and a steel screw, but these have a synthetic. Now, what kind of? So Tracy was just showing me another way you can do it.
What we found too is that they are standard cordless drill. Lithium with the brushless design is actually able to run this. A lot of construction workers out there already have this, so this is a cheaper option, lighter weight option for them to actually go out there.
Can you show how this just goes on?
Yep. So this,
7.5 liter, buy one for $19.99.
just the standard drill will
Rebel Stoke liters for $13.99.
loosen, so it just goes right on there. It's a 1/2-inch chuck here. You'd have to have a 1/2-inch drill.
Okay.
Goes right down on,
and then you got this handle.
and then you tighten her down.
Oh, very good.
And this handle just clamps on there.
And this handle just clamps on. You'll want a hammer style drill with this handle just to help with torque. It's not necessarily for pushing down, it's the actual spin and torque. It gives you 2 ways to hold it so you don't end up having a kick out on you.
Okay.
And then it just spins.
Look at that, just with your drill.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. So you don't have to have this whole entire big unit on top. You just have your drill with you.
Exactly.
And here we have otter fish houses, and they set up this sweet little platform here. This is so cool. It's all plastic on the ice.
It's a floating dock. It's modular floating dock, so it can be assembled in just pretty much any layout your imagination would have. Make life on the water and by the water it just much more attractive, and give you a different perspective of what is the dock is. Not just to go and get to your boat, it's basically your getaway, your relaxed spot, you know. It's something that where you can gather the family, spend evening by the fire, you can invite people and have little party and watch the sunset together or fish off it. It's just basically completely different approach to the living by the water. It's more modern. It's wave armor.
Something else I just found out, there are people here from San Diego, from San Antonio, Texas, from Florida, around the Palm Coast area, from Maryland. They come from all over. It's not just Minnesota. So there's actually a prize for the person who comes the furthest distance. So all of you out there who are all over the world, you can come get a prize.
We've got some more winners.
I just found out why the numbers are down for entering the fish into the contest. It's because most of the fish that are getting caught here, the northern pikes, are between the 22 and 26 inch range, which the DNR says, can't catch those because that's a particular growth for, I guess, reproduction and different things like that. So anything smaller, I guess it's okay, but larger is fine. But between that range, and so there's a lot of catch and release going on here. This is the Ice Castle Fish House that will be won by some lucky person who gets the 45th largest fish in this contest. Here is a typical fish house that's on wheels. It's on a trailer, and you can just pull it with your truck out onto the ice. And I'm going to show you the interior of this.
Four, three, two, one.
Okay, the fishing contest is finished, but the derby is not over yet. There's now an ice auger drilling contest from 3 till 4, and great prizes for that. They still have thousands of dollars of prizes to give out. And then there's the dance under the big tent from 4 until 8. After 8 o'clock, things are done. They start breaking things down. But anyway, you guys, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful sharing this with you and give you a little bit of view of Minnesota life here. One of the things that gets done in the middle of winter, lots of fun, lots of community, lots of camaraderie, and lots of prizes. So for those of you in the South, it gives you a bit of an idea of what we do. Anyway, you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope. Bye-bye.